In a world where extreme competition exists everywhere, what does it take to have success in your career and in life? Join me, Nirvana Chaudhary, as I sit down with some of the most successful individuals to discover the secrets to their success, what continues to drive them, and to hear a few exclusive stories in the process. What drives them and their success code, their mantra for making it bigger. Hello everyone, this is Nirvana Chaudhary. I'm back again with my podcast, Making It Bigger. Today I have with me a very dear friend, a brother, Mr. Tabit Awal, who comes from a very, very illustrious and a successful business family out of Bangladesh. He's individually himself carved a very, very strong name, not only in the business world, but also as an aspiring youth politician who is just there to making a difference in Bangladesh. Tabit, thank you so much for coming in my podcast today. One of the first things I always ask all the guests is, you've been successful in your family life, in your business life, and now you're entering your political life, right? What is your success mantra in life? What is it that really drives you?
My perceived success mantra is thinking positive, number one, and having very good friends to look up to, friends who can inspire me and friends who can support me when I'm down. That's very important. And third is just, keeping your, as they say, common sense, keeping your eyes and ears open. You see things to learn and you can hear things to learn. That's what I would say is my success mantra.
Yeah, I mean, so simple yet so powerful, and such facts which not many people actually follow. Just keeping it simple with keeping an open mind and surrounding yourself with like-minded good people, right, who you can learn with. Tell me, Tabit, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, South Asia, I mean, for the youth, especially our generation, it's so challenging for us because we've got our older generation who've got a particular mindset. They've come from a particular environment, including politicians. And here we are, majority of the population who are wanting to make a change in our countries are the youth. I mean, you, not only in your business, but politics have to go through that. How are you managing that, man?
So in South Asia, I feel I have a kind of, I would say, advantage because us South Asians are always the youth. And as long as our parents, God willing, are alive, we are never adults. Even if you're married, you have your own children, you can even have your grandchildren at one point, and you're still never an adult. So one good thing, we have a very, very long, youthful life, as they say. But yes, in South Asia, I believe the youth is the advantage. The youth are the future, and it's the youth that can make changes. And the example is already in front of us because it's the youth, South Asian youths, if you see in the West, especially the US, Europe, and Australia, are making all the changes. They're heading big multinationals. They're researching at big organizations. They're having a very good startup scene. So if the same youth can get the same opportunity back home, I believe South Asia can change overnight.
Yeah, great. I mean, we really, really need, with the kind of exposure, kind of experience you have, the thought process that you have, we need leadership, at the political level as well. Tabit, I think you were playing football for the national team in Bangladesh as well, right?
You don't think you know that, but thanks for making fun of me. But yes, I have played. I represented Bangladesh at the national level in football.
So, football, you're a national hero. Business, you're considered to be probably the most successful entrepreneur. Now, politics, you've just started your thing. I mean, these traits that I asked you for your success mantra, you answered that, but you really didn't answer to me. What is it that really keeps you going? The change you want to see, or is it, you always, no matter which field you are, you're continuously wanting to be the best at it?
No, what keeps me going every day is as I said, the main thing, that the positive thought, the hope, the hope that something, that our best days are ahead of us, the belief that we can do it. Many times what's out there, but you don't know if you can do it or not. Belief is that we can do it. And most of all, that the ingredients to make that change, I personally feel I have. and this is just not my family background, but as you said, my sports background. Sports builds you as a team player. Sports builds you as a very resilient person who's up to challenges. And so all those mixes, the ingredients is there, and that keeps me going.
Yeah, I read this in BMW, I think. The only newspaper they have in the office is the sports section. Because all sports newspapers talking about is winning. It's about, challenges. It's about positivity. I guess that's a very important facet an individual has, and the importance of having sports in your life, right? Now, we keep hearing about these fundamental habits an individual has. Some people talk about waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, starting an early day. Some people talk about meditation, some important aspects in your life that has really had a transformation in your life. Can you just help share maybe 3 habits that have helped you day to day to become more effective and efficient?
I feel the first thing that helps me a lot is that I focus a lot on my physical fitness. I believe that if the body is healthy, then the mind is much healthier and much stronger. So the physical fitness is there, and I think that varies for different people. For me, of course, is playing sports, but as long as some way your body is fit, I believe that is the first and most important pillar of your strength. The second is that I believe in experimenting in everything, but within kind of a balanced limitation. And I know that sounds very vague, but just that balance. We have fun, we work, we socialize, we have family commitments, we have philanthropic or charitable volunteership. So do everything, but in a balance. So there is no one side that I'm sacrificing, and there's no one side that I'm obsessed or possessive over. And these are the 2 things I would say this personally helps me a lot.
And Tabit, tell me, in our part of the world, the youth, no matter who I speak to, no matter where in South Asia, right, they're so damn frustrated. And there's a massive brain drain that's happening. People, like you said, going to the West, and they're pretty successful because the environment is like that. I mean, you could have chosen to go anywhere in the world. You've still chosen to stay in Bangladesh. How hopeful you are, given that it's one of your success mantra, of the future of our countries, future of South Asia. I mean, you've got political leadership staying there for decades. When is that change going to come? What are your views on that?
I'm extremely bullish and hopeful. I don't want to say it in any negative way, but we do have political leaders who are just naturally aging. So, time is now on the side of the youth, and time is unfortunately not on the side of the aged politicians. Having said that, our politicians have been so busy with, just facing challenges. We fought colonialism, we fought, dictatorships in this region. We've fought, countries have been fragmented. I think that was a generation that gave us a lot, gave us a nation or nationalities. But it's time, whether it passes on quickly or, delayed process, it's time that the youth takes the country forward. And today's youth don't have those challenges. We don't have the oppressive natures of other countries or regimes upon us. The challenge we have today is how to unite our own people. Challenge we have today is how to bring that positive thought and in prioritizing what are the challenges. South Asia is a big area. South Asia has the largest diaspora of religion, of ethnicity, and at times even caste. So, uniting those forces for the good is a huge challenge, and only a youthful person or a youthful minded person can do that. And I am positive that many people out there who can.
Tell me, Tabit, today, if you have to give your elder son, right, one piece of advice today, not that he'll remember or understand, but if you were to tell him in today's context, one piece of advice you want to give him, what will it be? I'm relating to people in that generation. We'll probably look at you as, when I say you means us, as the uncles or the aged people by the time they come into,
Exactly. This is not based out of any personal experience or personal opinion, but the one advice I would give to my eldest son would be, son, do not take any of my advice. Simple.
Okay, Tabit, tell me, the West has always perceived to be very philanthropic, very giving. They've been really focused on CSR. Asia, that entire mindset is slowly coming up. Companies and governments are coming up with policies that every company must allocate certain percentage of their profit for doing CSR. And sometimes when I'm talking to my friends, we're like, what CSR? We're employing so many people. We are building these factories. That's CSR, right? And I sort of have a little bit of a different opinion on that. But how important is philanthropy, giving back, making a difference to the society in a South Asian context?
I think in South Asian context, giving back is very important. Now, how you give back, I think it varies, because from a corporate perspective, I think the first idea is to just, as we see in many countries, the first idea is just to, pay taxes. If we see our, corporate tax to GDP ratios all over the, South Asia, it's very, very poor, very, very low. So that's giving back side. But individual factor, I would say, philanthropy is needed. It's not important. I would say it's not a strategy. It should not be seen as a strategy. It should be seen as a necessity. Because philanthropy, yes, we build schools, we build mosques and temples, we help people, individuals when they have medical aids and issues. But, it should be organized. And I think the same people who are already doing it, they will benefit a much more themselves and the society that they're trying to help if they were just more organized about it. I think philanthropy is already there, but I think it just needs to be more organized and well channeled, so it's sustainable. Because what we now do is we actually give donations and we call that philanthropy, which is fine, but it's different. Charity, philanthropy, donation, I think these are very, very different. They meet the same objectives maybe, but I think you just get a lot more if you're just more organized about it.
Very, very well said, Tabit. My last question is, where do we see Tabit when he's 50 years old?
Where the world is moving, where the way things are happening, even in present day circumstances, you're gonna just see Tabit and everybody just only online, unfortunately. Meeting and in presence is really, really diminished. It's sad. But Tabit at age 50, first of all, would like to be recognized at least as a very good father and an extremely good husband. And going forward, hopefully leading the nation of Bangladesh and the region of South Asia in some capacity.
Tabit, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, and inshallah that will happen. Thank you so much, Tabit, for your time. I could hear your lovely children, shouting in the background. Probably they were already ignoring your advice to them. But thank you so much for coming on my podcast, and this has been absolutely amazing.